Hey gang, what's going on? So today I've got the 7 most likely trade targets this offseason around baseball. 7 most likely guys to be traded, and I do think there's several guys on this list that are probably going to be moved. And I'll go over this list shortly, but I got 2 things first. Number 1, Aaron Judge is actually in San Francisco today visiting with the San Francisco Giants, if you haven't heard. And if anybody thought that he wasn't going to visit other teams, that's just, it's due diligence for a guy like this who's going to be cashing in one way or another. He's going to be visiting some teams. Don't be surprised if he visits the Mariners, the Dodgers, or some other teams as well, the Texas Rangers, to do his... It's like an NCAA, right? You get your 5 recruiting visits, 5 official visits. Expect the same kind of thing for Aaron Judge. He's going to shop it around. Even if the Yankees have given him a significant offer already, he's still going to shop it around and see if he either likes better situations or better offers or both. So, but I'll keep you posted one way or another. So if you're not subscribed to this channel, make sure you do that right now and hit the notification bell so you don't miss videos when I put them out. So all along free agency, all throughout it, I'm putting more videos out. So we already know the other moves that have happened. San Diego's already kind of restocked and solidified their bullpen situation already, and especially with bringing back Robert Suarez too. The Mets brought back Edwin Diaz already. The Astros brought back Rafael Montero. So bullpen situations are being solidified all over baseball. Even the Yankees got off waivers from the Pittsburgh Pirates. So, but more to come. Lots more to come. And the other thing I want to say is thank you to all of you. We just passed 5 million views, and I have all of you to thank. I can't thank you enough. I really think I'm grateful that you watch the videos, that you spend so much time with us in the live streams. And we're only getting started, guys and gals. We are only getting started. So we're going to be in for a long, hell of a fun ride. So thank you again. I'm grateful for all of you. Now, let's get into the meat and potatoes. Number 1, Brian Reynolds. This is the guy I've talked about for a year. Guy I've wanted on the Yankees for over a year. And again, he still is a fit for the Yankees. And depending on what they do with Judge, whether they bring him back or not, they could still... this is a guy that I think they should consider acquiring. Either for left field or whatever they do. Whatever they do, okay? Him in left, Bader in center, and Judge in right. Oh, my God. Or him in right and Benintendi in left and Bader in center if Judge walks. Like, there's so many options with this guy. And he's a switch hitter. He's got 3 more years of control, and he's just toiling over there in Pittsburgh. Let's rather put him in a winning situation and see if he can help a team win, get to the World Series and win a World Series. I'm going to give you 2022 stats for all these guys, too. He's a 2.9 WAR guy. 142 hits, 262 batting average, 27 home runs, 62 ribbies, 74 strikeouts, 345 on base, and 461 slugging. And this is with a pretty slow start, too. I know he had an abdominal injury at some point as well. So, and the guy's a switch hitter. Okay, plays great defense in the outfield, and he's one of the more premier players out there in baseball. So he'll be a perfect fit for a lot of teams. The 3 most likely fits to me are the Miami Marlins, Atlanta Braves, and the Yankees. For me, those are the 3 most obvious fits, but he's a guy that can fit in a lot of teams. Next up is Pablo Lopez, another guy that was almost acquired by the Yankees at the trade deadline for Gleyber Torres and some other guys, but once they asked for Oswald Peraza, like at the last minute, the trade fell apart, unfortunately. So he's 10-10 with a 3.75 ERA, 174 strikeouts, and 180 innings pitched, and a 1.17 whip. Okay, to me, he's got 2 more years of control left, too. So controllable years is key with a lot of these players. If you get controllable years and production, those are the types of players you want to trade for. San Diego Padres, Minnesota Twins, and the Yankees are probably, obvious fits again. And I have heard the Yankees are already kind of kicking tires on him, so we'll see what happens there. Next up, a surprise for me, Cedric Mullins. The Baltimore Orioles are shopping him. The upstart Baltimore Orioles, who are, a piece or 2 away from really contending for a playoff spot. And I'm surprised. But he's got also at least 3 more years of team control. He's not afraid until 2026. And he's a guy it sounds like they can replace him within. And he can get a haul back in return to help them accelerate their, path forward. 3.8 WAR, 157 hits, 258 batting average, 16 homers, 89 ribbies, 64 RBIs, 34 stolen bases. 318 on base and a 403 slugging. Those stolen bases are key too, okay? And the versatility that he provides in the outfield is second to none. Seattle, Kansas City, and the New York Mets. And I heard the Mets kicking tires on him last year. It sounds like they're kicking tires on him again. Next up is Sean Murphy, with one of the more catching, what do you call it? catchers available that a lot of folks are after as well from the Oakland A's. He's got two behind him basically knocking on the door, Shea Langoliers and Tyler Soderstrom. So I do think he gets moved this offseason. I mean, he's the guy I wanted on the Yankees before they traded for Jose Trivino and Ben Rortvedt and them. So, but I wouldn't be surprised if the Yankees still brought in somebody like this instead of paying $100 million for Wilson Contreras. This is a path they could take as well. 3.5 WAR, 139 hits, 250 batting average, 18 homers, 66 ribbies, 67 runs, 332 on base, and 426 slugging. Solid all across the plate, okay, and solid behind the plate. Cleveland, Boston, and Tampa Bay seem to me to be the most logical fits here. Shane Bieber from the Cleveland Guardians. Again, he's got, I think, 2 more years of control before he becomes a free agent. And the Cleveland Guardians know they're not going to be able to afford paying him a big ace extension. And this guy's been an ace for a while, so it's time to move him for an absolute haul. 13-8 with a 2.88 ERA, 198 strikeouts, 1.04 WHIP, and 200 innings pitched. So, again, another good year from Shane Bieber. Okay, Houston, Philadelphia, and Atlanta seem to be the most logical fits for him. And again, he's another guy, just like Brian Reynolds. Teams just line up with trade packages for him. So I do see him being moved sooner than later. It's next up, Ian Happ. He was almost moved at the deadline last year as well with the Cubs. 4.4 WAR, 155 hits, 271 average, 17 homers, 72 ribbies, 72 runs, 342 on base, and a 440 slugging. Again, a versatile player in the outfield, good defensive player, and to be fit in a lot of teams looking for an upgrade in the outfield. This guy's a perfect fit. He really is, and this is his last year before he's a free agent, so I do see him getting moved at some point. But I will watch out for the Cubs. We'll see if they reload, see if they bring in one of the big shortstops. It'll give us an idea of where they're kind of thinking in terms of what direction to take the franchise in. And lastly, the big fish, the great white shark, Shohei Ohtani. He's another guy with 1 more year left until he's a free agent. And the Angels have to decide whether they're going to build around him and Trout and hopefully get a healthy year out of Rendon at some point, or move him and get an absolute haul. But I'm confident if they move him, I think Trout will probably be the next to go. And then those two guys, can help pretty much rebuild the whole entire freaking franchise if they move them. But let me give you some of Ohtani's stats here, too. Oh, by the way, Happ, Colorado, St. Louis, and San Diego are the 3 most logical destinations for me. Now, Ohtani, 15-9 as a pitcher, 2.33 ERA, okay, 166 innings pitched, 219 strikeouts, 1.01 WHIP. Now, as a hitter, 9.6 WAR, 160 hits, 273 average, 34 homers, 95 ribbies, 90 runs scored, 376 on base, and a 519 slugging. Okay, and he was also runner-up in the AL MVP behind Aaron Judge. If the teams will line up for Shohei Ohtani if he gets moved. But to me, the 3 most likely destinations: Toronto, Yankees, and the Dodgers. So that's my list, gang. That's my list. Again, this is a members-only video, but I wanted to get this out to you. I want the whole entire community to chime in and give us some feedback on this one. Am I missing anybody on the list? And where would you send these guys to on these lists? Give me your insight, and let's have a good conversation. Obviously, if anything else happens, you're going to get it here. You know that. So have a great day, everybody, and I'll talk to you later.